Hey guys, it's actually Thursday afternoon, and it's a complete. The schools went back today, and if you can see this traffic, if you can see, look at this. This is just going up to the school. It's all the bloody traffic. And then there was someone up there that was pulling out, and they cut across, and then they was kind of cutting the straight lane out, and yeah. Now we got them building up down here. But anyway, I'm glad I'm not in that. They must be not enjoying themselves, the people in these cars right now. But anyway, I had another message today. Somebody I know in England, a friend of mine in England, and he basically told me about his daughter's partner taking his life, and it's a hard place to be all round for everybody. It's a tough position, because the people that are there after the fact, when somebody does that, the people there, of course, not understanding what's going on in the other person's head and why they would. And it's a difficult place to be for the person that beforehand's done that. So those people that are there in their mind, hey, listen, reach out, start talking. I've been there in thinking. I've been there, and you get these people say, it's selfish and all that. You know what? Believe it or not, a lot of the people that do it actually, actually want to live. And I've heard of people that you wouldn't even think, and then all of a sudden it's like, you're like, what? You just don't know. And for those that are left, heart goes out to those people too, and especially to this fella's daughter, whose fella it was. And it's a really hard position to be in, because if you really don't see it, and you're not quite sure really what's going on, and all of a sudden it happens, you're not expected to know. It's not something that you can tell if there's no signs there. And it's down to the individual as well to want to stretch out their hand. And that's why I say, when you're walking around, you don't know what people you're affecting. Just by that smile, just by saying hello, because if there's somebody that's like, they've got that in their mind, and they feel they got nobody around that can help them, and they may be out and have this on their mind that they're going to do that, and then bump into you who smiles and says hello, good morning, or whatever, that can change somebody, like right there and then. You won't even know it. It's one of those to where you don't know the effects that you're going to be having on somebody. I've had my mate sitting on the edge of an armchair, holding my head like I was I was turning into a young kid, I guess. And I could hear him keep swallowing, because I was gone. And this was a long time ago, by the way. But and just knowing, and he knew, because he knows I'd gone there before, and all he kept saying was, we love you, we love you, we know you know this, and I tell you what, it works. It works. And it doesn't take much, guys. It doesn't take much to turn someone around. like I say, if you don't know, or you're around family members and you really cannot, you might not have any idea of this is going to happen, and someone's just going to do it. And it's a tough place. It's a tough place to be, and then you feel guilty. The first thought that came into my head when I heard was, God, if I could have just got to that person. What if one of my videos or something had reached them? I don't know, but it's just, I think, I want to help people, and some people, you get to that realization. Of some, it's down to them. At the end of the day, it's always down to the individual. You can't fix. You can guide, you can give advice, you can help them and love them, but it's down to the individual at the end of the day. And I know that sounds crazy, and but if you're just remember, when you're around people, don't underestimate the power of you and what you can actually do for somebody just by smiling and saying hello, or asking how someone's day is. My mate, that same guy that I was telling you that was sitting on the edge of the armchair, that same guy, I've watched that guy go walking into somewhere. It's not about him, even though he wants to buy something, and he'll walk up to the counter and he'll ask about them. And I tell you what, I've watched it over and over again. You watch the other person just all of a sudden kind of relax, and it becomes a different conversation. It's not all about us. What if that person behind the counter was really, really having a crappy day? Yeah, and then my mate's come walking in and introduced himself and said, "How you doing today?" That's all it takes. And it's kind of like, what? And then it changes the whole dynamic of the conversation, and it can save people, guys. It's a matter of just smiling and asking, yeah. But you can't. You the guilt's going to come in, because we always say, "Damn, I could have been there at this point and that point, and what if I had said this?" And it's all what if thinking. But it is what it is. You can't predict when someone's going to do something like that, unless they're standing right in front of you. But you can't. There's no getting to that but them, unless we have an idea, like my buddy, and he was there and he kept on saying those things and hugging me, and it's but he was there, he knew. But when you don't know, or you got no idea, how do you know what to say? How do you know when to intervene? How do you know? You don't know. But to all those people out there that have that, are in that mindset, please talk to somebody. Yeah, get some help, or even if it just get to somebody, a friend or something, talk to them, and then get into therapy. There's a reason why you go in there, guys. Yeah, there's reasons why our mind goes there, and like I say, I've been there mentally myself, and that's why I ended up back in therapy myself. That was the bottom, because my mind, I wasn't thinking anything. It's completely blank. People say you're selfish and all that, and think of the kids and all that. Yeah, I get it. I completely understand it. When you ain't in that frame of mind, yeah, absolutely. But when you're in that frame of mind, nothing exists. You don't feel love, you don't feel cared for, you don't feel like you're part of, you don't feel like you're part of anything. You just feel alone. Scared, for sure. Because I've had a lot of anxiety, but I'd never gone there before. And I knew there was something different because I was out. I wasn't thinking. So all you can do, guys, is be you. If you know somebody that's not contacted you in a while, give them a quick text or a quick message, or pick up the phone and talk. And hey, how you doing? You doing all right? And if they're saying no, I'm not doing good, don't. Some of those times I can relate and I can add in, but other times I just say I can't imagine what that must feel like. I've done that with clients. I can't imagine what that must feel like, and then I look at them and I say, so let me try and put myself in your picture a little bit. And being an empath as well, I work to try and put myself in their shoes and feel the emotion of what they may be feeling. And I tell you, I've had tears rolling down my cheeks. I had it this week. I teared up, and there's nothing wrong with that. Conventional therapy will say that you're not meant to do that, because then you're showing emotion. But you know what? Bullshit. I call bullshit, because you know what? Everybody that I've worked with that have gone to heavy, hard places, and I've shown a little, some emotion with them, they know I'm there with them. They know you care. So this stern face, got to look at you and not have a feeling, bullshit. I don't do that with any of my guys. None of them. No matter who they are, where they come from, what their backgrounds are, don't matter. So you can only do your best, guys. You can only be there if they want you to be there, but you can't shift them unless they want to be shifted. It just come down to, my mate was telling me those things. We love you. We love you. It can bring you back. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like snap of the fingers, but you know what? When your mind goes there and you think that no one cares, no one loves you, no one's there, that makes a difference. And someone just smiling and saying hello, giving you some acknowledgement. So smile, guys. Smile. Be that beacon for others, that lantern for others. Yeah, light the shadows, light their shadows. Yeah, because if you light the shadows, there's no scary in the light. That comes with the shadows. Be the beacon, be the lantern. Stay the course, guys. Namaste.